What is going on, guys? It's Justin Fernio, aka Just Smite, and in this video I'm going to be talking about different ways to kind of flip a sample. So in this video I'm going to I took a sample from looperman.com. They're royalty free. However, I'm going to be showing you guys different ways how to flip a sample and make it unique. By the way, in the beginning I did say Justin Fernio, aka Just Smite, and the reason for that is that a lot of you guys really just know me as Justin Fernio. That's my producer name. That's how I've been making beats. I made tutorials, and then I kind of stopped for the last few months. I really haven't put out any tutorials on, making beats, on how to sell beats and things like that. And I kind of wanted to, I never made a real video about it. A lot of people were like, "Why did this guy just disappear?" And in reality, it's because like I really went into something different. I started getting into day trading in the stock market. I'm not gonna be talking about like all like the intricacies of that, but basically, like I still make beats, but I don't really make beats for a living. That's not my thing anymore. I'm not trying to like make beats and sell them. I make beats more of as a hobby now. I'm still gonna make beats, for placements in the future and things like that. But I kind of went more into like the stock market side. I just saw how like instantly profitable it was. And not that you can't be instantly profitable with beats, but building your name, your brand, your business is a much longer thing versus when you already have some capital and you just like flip it every day, day trading. So yeah, I do have a YouTube channel where I teach people how to day trade. It's gonna be Justin Fernio. But again, I'm back on this channel. It's just Mike making tutorials. But anyways, that was too long of an explanation. I just feel like a lot of people have like left comments like, "Where you been? Oh, bro, your beats like you haven't uploaded in a while." And that's why I'm not. It's just I'm doing beats as like more of a hobby. Something I learned is when you make beats, like not really just trying to make money all the time from it, but like more as of a hobby. That yeah, you'll sell. I still sell beats, by the way. But not. I'm not trying so hard. I feel like my beats have gotten better because I'm not like just trying to put stuff out right away. I'm putting a lot of time and effort. So real quick, like I said, the video is gonna be talking about how to flip a sample, right? So right here, I'm not gonna play the full like sample that I downloaded from looperman.com because I don't want to get copyrighted, right? Because sometimes when you download these royalty free samples, some rapper is gonna by okay, it starts like this. Some producer is going to use this loop, upload it to YouTube. Some rapper is going to then buy the beat, make a song, upload it to Spotify, and then because he uploaded the song to Spotify, if another producer uses a sample and uploads it to YouTube, he'll get a copyright claim saying, "Hey, like blah blah blah's from this song on Spotify." You could always fight those by just like disputing them and saying this is a royalty free sample. You'll always win. If you have any questions about that, leave it in the comment section below. But something that I try to do to just avoid that, because it's so annoying when you upload a beat on YouTube and it's like, oh, there's a copyright claim on it, is that every time I take loops, and it doesn't matter if it's a loop from like a free royalty loop, it doesn't matter if it's a loop from like Internet Money, Cymatics, or wherever you guys get your loops from. There's so many people that make dope loops. I always flip it, and I think that's really the intention of loops. I don't think you should ever really just use a loop the way it's sent. I think you should always like manipulate it as much as you can. But anyways, it's too much talking. That's already been like 30 seconds of talking. So right here in this melody, I'll play like 3 seconds of it. Okay. Right, that's it, right? So something that I like to do right off the bat is I like to bring in Slice X. And now the reason I like bringing in Slice X is because there's this like cool, unique like little feature that you could use. My Wi-Fi is off, but it's all good. Uh, I'm gonna drag that loop into Slice X, so it kind of like chops it up already. But what I do is I like kind of right click right here, this little symbol right here. I hit medium grid slicing, so now it kind of chops it up in like this nice even format. And then basically what I'll do is I'll just like select one of them by right clicking. I'm sorry, it's like talking over me. I'll select one of them by right clicking, and then I'll reverse it. So I'll show you guys real quick what I'm doing. I'll hit the little wrench tool, I'll hit reverse. Boom. So now it's gonna kind of like change it up a little. Then I'll do the same for other parts too. And I'm doing this random, by the way. I'm gonna obviously try to make the beat better than what I'm doing right now. But this is just like, just to show you guys little techniques. Do the same thing here. So basically what I did was I just reversed every spot of it though, so I'll play that real quick. Let me select the whole thing now. So yeah, it did kind of manipulate it a little bit. But what I do is like then I delete the. Why did I do it like that? That is really weird. Let me try to get this right. Trying to make me look bad on YouTube, fam. Um, Probably didn't select the whole thing. Let me just drag the whole thing now into the playlist. So once I already like manipulate it by reversing some parts, I'll delete the original, and then I'll go on and I'll start like manipulating it like this, with the reverse parts. Another thing you could do is you could chop it up and kind of like clone parts. So you could click this little button right here, click chop, and you could do chop in beats, and then basically you could like take one part out. Maybe let me just adjust my that thing real quick. Put it in beats, and then you could kind of clone this over here, so it kind of like makes it a little different. You could just like mess with it, right? It's when you like that's what I do when I get samples. I don't ever really just use them like how they come. I usually just manipulate them, and for two reasons. It just makes it more unique, and also like if you are uploading your beats on YouTube, it gets that whole copyright. You kind of avoid that because no producer is gonna flip it or like manipulate a loop exactly how you do it. Like especially if you're going like through several different processes. Because I already just like reverse some parts. Now I'm cloning some parts. I might move this part that's over here. I might move it over here. That's like I'm manipulating it. And then from there, then you could select that, put it to like the first channel, and then maybe put some growth speed on it real quick. So we could do that real quick, show you how that sounds. And by the way, like I'm just doing this random. I'm gonna perfect it later on. And it's already sounding fire. You know what I mean? Like that's what I'm talking about. Like never, or I mean not never, but like in reality, when you get these loops, whether you buy it, whether it's royalty free, always try your best to manipulate it, make it your own, and that way it just feels like you put more effort into it, especially if you feel guilty for not making the melody, which is stupid because a lot of big producers use loops anyways. But anyways, I'm not gonna get into that. Yeah, just manipulate it, and then if you can upload it on YouTube, it makes life easier. But now let's get onto the beat. So I'm gonna kind of like skip a little so we could see how this turns out. All right, so I kind of took like a. Is this even recording? Okay, my fault. I kind of took like a long pause, or I forgot to re-record. I actually added a lot to it. So this is how the melody sounds now. Pretty similar to how it was sounding earlier. And then I decided to get a little weird with it. I took some old hi-hats that I had from a drum kit that I made like 3 years ago. I'll put a link for you guys to get the drum kit on the description of this video. So I took like some hi-hats. Let me show you. It was originally like this, but then I reversed it. Just cause like again, I'm not trying to like just pump out a bunch of beats and like just try to put them on YouTube and sell like I was before. Now in reality, I'm just having fun with it. I'm like manipulating everything, and trust me, it makes like making beats so much funner. Like, and if you agree, hit that like button and leave a comment down below if you like agree with that. So yeah, these are the hi hats I added to it. Then I added this snare. I added, of course, rat kick. Everyone knows what the rat kick is. By the way, this is not mixed. I haven't even gotten to mixing it. I think I added these hi-hats. I'm not even sure. I mean, open hats. I barely even heard that. Maybe I muted it on the mixer track. I don't even know. I was planned on like recording this and showing it to you guys, but then I don't know if this has ever happened to you guys, but you're making a beat and you get so into it, you're just feeling it, and I just forgot to record, so my bad. But you guys didn't really miss out anything on like my technique or anything. I'm really just making a beat, just being weird, like reversing things, chopping things up. I mean, I even you saw the even the open hat, like when I did some weird stuff, I reversed that too. Like originally, it was something like that, and I turned it to that. Just things like that. I'm adding like delay on these perks. So let me just kind of show you the perks real quick. And they're kind of really low. I'm not sure if you guys would even hear it because, like, again, I haven't even gotten to the mixing part. In reality, but honestly, I might just leave it here. I got there's so much I gotta do. Like, it's so unorganized. Like, usually I kind of have a straight structure on how I make my beats. I'll be like, okay, melody. Okay, let's do the hi hats. Let's make the claps. And then let's add the 808s. And then like, I haven't even changed the notes on the 808. Like, I literally this beat was like kind of all over the place just because it's like, oh, I want to do this, I want to do that. I don't know if that's ever happened to you guys. Sometimes I get like all over the place, but this is how it's sounding so far. So yeah, All right, guys. I don't want to disappoint you guys, but I think I'm gonna kind of wrap it up here. The only other thing I thought of adding was just like one little snare here. And that's just because I feel like I always need to have like 10 things when I have a beats. Like I have a checklist. Like I always need the melody. I need the 808. I need the close hat. I need the snare. I need the kick. I need a cymbal. Just like always like adding a cymbal in the beginning. Just to show you guys. Just so like when it transitions on every beat. Um, two perks I like having, and then I like adding like an extra snare sometimes. But yeah, the beat's pretty much done. The next part is really just organizing. And by the way, I have OCD. I like to like actually, or I know you guys are seeing like all these different like names, but I like to actually like rename them. Like instead of rat kick, I put kick. I just I don't know. That's just me as a producer, man. Um, and then mixing. I mean, I'm not really gonna do anything too special. I wanted to make this video more about like how to flip melodies and tweak them, but I think you guys got the point. Especially if you guys are still, you know, trying to making beats like your full-time income. Like again, I said I do this as a hobby now. My full-time income is mostly like day trading in the stock market and things like that. But even if you are just like pushing beats out to make a sale, definitely be creative. If you don't make your own melodies and you're using loops, flip them, reverse them, chop them, chop sections of them. And if you're making your own melodies, still do the same. Make your melody and then tweak your melody. Just do whatever. Have fun with it. Make it creative. Don't make it boring. That's pretty much it. It's Justin Fernio, aka Just Might over here.